What up, y'all? It's that dude, Bibble, Burst Pimple, something like that. Burst, whatever. Anyway, welcome to the episode 2 of my Sf4 series, where I give my opinions, my perspective, and everything that happened within Sf4 and what it's done for me, the people I've met, blah 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 blah. If you haven't seen the first episode, you need to click y'all, and once you click y'all, you will be taken to episode 1, which I think you should watch because it really does literally start from the beginning. Now, I know you're looking at the title and you're like, wow, I can't believe after all these years, Yasha is still up to his old bullshit. First of all, Yasha's been through a name change. I now go by Big Boss Yasha. You can call me that dude Boss, the biggest of the bosses, Big Boss. That's how I enter tournaments and stuff like that now. But anyway, you're probably like, this dude is up to his old tricks. It's been years. Why is he still doing things like this? I assure you that once you watch the entire video, you'll understand why I titled it this way. Anyway, so let's go back to where I left off in the first video. So Infiltrate and I, we met up at my sister's house, and you know, we were watching videos and stuff like that, but at the beginning there weren't really anybody doing it except for 2 people. There was Darkside Phil, Free1up, outside of myself at least, because I don't think Infiltrate was doing the YouTube thing just yet. Or maybe he was. He probably was. He probably was. I can't remember if he was or not, but I'm sure he was. We'll just pretend he was. But anyway, so, you know, we just wanted to get better. Like, we were just hungry. We were so freaking hungry. Like, it was ridiculous how hungry we were. We just wanted to play people. We just wanted to get better. And Infiltrate, in my opinion, at the time, was one of the best bisons in the country outside of what's the dude's name? Jago. Jago. Andre Lambert. So, you know, when we see this Free1up guy on YouTube, we watch his bison and we like, man, this dude is ass. He's like easy pickings. Let's see how many subs he has. Like, I think at the time I had like 100 subs. I think it was about 100 subs. Yeah, it was 100 subs I had. It was about 102 subs back when we were gonna do what we did with Free1up. So we're watching him or whatever, and we're like, yo, like, this dude is butt. You know what I'm saying? I got tons and tons of bison experience because Infiltrate played bison. You know, and in the local tournament scene, there was people who played bison and stuff like that. So I was like, I got all this bison experience. This is before my crew was deep. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it was just myself and Infiltrate. You know what I mean? So we did things in a duo. You know what I'm saying? I followed him around. He followed me around. I was like his shadow and shit like that. So anyway, we see this Free1up dude on YouTube. You know, he's not talking crap, you know what I'm saying, because I think I've heard Free1up curse once since I've known him. In like the 8 years or however many years I've known him, I've only heard him curse. But it's not like he was a bad dude or anything like that. It's just we were hungry and we weren't trying to hear shit. We just wanted to body everybody, and he just so happened to play bison. So and I don't think he ever said I'm the best bison or claimed to be the best bison. I don't think he ever said he was. You know, we just, you know, Infiltrate wanted to be the best. I wanted to be the best chun. I was going hard too. I was like, I want to be the best chun on the East Coast. Like, I was going crazy. But yeah, so we see him on YouTube and we're like, man, this dude is ass. Free1up is a bum. And, you know, you could chalk it up to being a hater or whatever. I just chalk it up to being confident. Like, we were just confident that we were gonna beat him. So we're like, yo, this dude is trash. You know, I want to fight him. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, look, I'm doing this YouTube thing. I got about 100 people who watch me on a daily. You know what I mean? So let me just bust out this camera and let's talk about it. The only way we could get these people to see us is if we talk about it. Because I think he lived in Michigan. We lived in Jersey at the time. Well, no way we were going to ever see each other. He don't go to tournaments. We go to tournaments, but we don't leave the tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? So We were never gonna run into this dude, and if I was gonna poach his subs, you know what I'm saying, the only way to poach his subs was to beat him. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm making excuses for, you know, for back then, but let me explain something to you guys. When I used to upload videos, I had an influx of videos. I think I had about 200 videos at that point, and I only had 100 subs. I used to upload videos 10 at a time, because back in the day, YouTube only allowed you to do 10 videos at a time. So I used to upload 10 videos at a time, bro. So I was killing the bandwidth, and I was at my sister's house. I wasn't even at my place. I was at my sister's place, running up her bandwidth. So every video I took that day, that week, whenever, I threw it up there. And back in the day, we weren't thinking about, you know, maybe we should put the entire set in one video. I would just record a match, stop the camera, record another match, stop the camera. And I mean, like, when I say a match, I mean round 1, round 2 fight, like, and then I would stop the camera and re-record it, or re-record a different match. We didn't have replay channels back then. We had none of that shit. It was just, you know, it was live, it was raw, it was just live. So I was recording 10 matches at a time, or putting up 10 matches at a time, and on my camera I had about 30 matches that needed to go up just from ass whoopings prior, you know what I'm saying? So I was playing on the Xbox mainly. That was my main console, and everybody knows on the PS3 there was that, it was like a 2 or 3 frame latency when it came to playing on that shit. So you have to add that, plus I'm uploading 10 videos as I'm trying to play online. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? But anyway, so we put this video up, and we like, yeah, man, we tired. We want to play these top YouTubers. These YouTubers don't be saying nothing to us. They don't be trying to talk to us. Now, we didn't just go after Free1up. Free1up was just the one that, you know, responded, because I definitely hit up Darkside Phil like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't hearing that shit. So, you know, Free1up just so happened to be the one to respond. So in our video, you know, we didn't say nothing disrespectful in the video, even though we were like, yo, this dude is butt. We didn't say nothing disrespectful in the video, you know. And then I definitely had this feeling of like a come up, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we about to come up, you know what I mean? So it was, you know, I'll say it was like dirt baggish at the time, you know. But in retrospect, you gotta look like we trying to make a name for ourselves. We trying to make a come up in the scene, you know what I'm saying? We want people to take us serious. So Darkside Phil wasn't hearing us. Fucking Free1up took the bait, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, I'll play, you know what I mean? So I was like, bet. So I'm telling everybody, yeah, I'm about to fuck this nigga up, man. It's about to be crazy. I can't wait to fight this dude. He about to get wrecked. I know everything about this Bison match, blah, 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 right? So we go into the match, right? We get into this fucking match. I think he may have beat me, was it 5-0 or 5-2? I'm gonna say 5-2 just because I wanna have some matches in this. I refuse to believe I got 5-0'd. I think it was 5-2. It was either 5-2 or 5-0. I really can't remember. The set's no longer on YouTube, so I'm just gonna give myself 2 and say 5-2. Anyway, we're playing the match, and I'm playing on this like fucked up stick and shit, but my confidence level was so crazy I didn't even give a shit. You know what I mean? I didn't care if it was if it was a booty stick, if it was on Xbox or PlayStation. I just wanted to play this nigga and body him. So I think he ended up winning 5-2, 5-3, 5-0, something like that. He won the set, and I remember it just lagging like fucking crazy. I was like, yo, why is this shit lagging so bad? You know, but in retrospect, he probably really just beat me. You know what I mean? Like, he probably really just bust my ass. Like, I can't really make any mistakes, especially, not mistakes, any excuses, especially now. Like, it's way too late. You know what I'm saying? This was early in my YouTube career. Like I said, I only had 102 subs or some shit. So, yeah, man, he ended up bodying me. And you can tell in the video, right? He had somebody in his video. And to this day, I don't know who it was he had in the video and shit, but you could tell he had somebody in the video because he was like, yo, this is the nigga that was talking shit. You need to fuck him up. Like, you can hear it in the background. And I remember watching the set after and going, damn, whoever that is in the back is mad as fuck. Like, he wants me to lose. And you could just tell by Free's demeanor, like his demeanor, you know, versus me, versus everybody else was like completely different. You know what I mean? Like, it was just weird. Like, he wasn't telling many jokes. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't really like, he didn't feel really laid back. Like, he was like he had a point to prove. You know what I'm saying? He ended up proving his point because he won. I was really fucking salty because that was like my first major loss, in my opinion. I took that loss really, really, really hard, and I probably took it harder than I should have. I shouldn't have taken it as hard as I did, but I took that loss really hard. And like I made it a point that whenever we fought again, like, because like it felt like a clash of powers. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used to fight TKK and stuff like that, but it didn't feel like such a clash of powers like how it did when I fought him. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we fought, it was like, it was a fight. These were matches. You know what I'm saying? They went back and forth, back and forth. I mean, I don't know if you're actually watching the set that's going on in the background. Like, it's still like a clash of like YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I expect nothing less from Street Fighter 5. Like, I expect him to pick Bison and I expect to pick Chun, and we're gonna be going back and forth like how we used to. But anyway, yeah, I took that match, that loss, really bad, but it worked in my favor. I'm not a fan of, you know, bad publicity is good publicity, or any publicity is good publicity. I don't really like that. I really wanted the dub. Like, I wanted to beat him, even if it was by 1. I just wanted to beat him. You know what I'm saying? And I took that really bad. And then it was like, you know, nobody really gave me any flack for losing. You know what I'm saying? Especially like Infiltrate. Infiltrate was like, you know, it's whatever. You take one, you know, you lose, you win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? And I was on a crazy win streak. I was beating everybody that said I was ass because of the whole Justin Wong thing. And I finally get my first real like match where I needed to prove myself, and I dropped that shit. You know what I mean? So it ended up making me feel bad. I didn't take a like a break or anything like that. I just went back to Body and Scrubs, and I think that's when I picked up the moniker King of Scrubs, because anybody that was like remotely good, you know what I'm saying, I felt like I would probably lose, but everybody else who thought they were good but was actually bad, I would beat them. You know what I'm saying? And in retrospect, that was more like an excuse, you know, like a cop out early on in the game, you know, or early on before we even fought. I was like, oh, you know, if you're decent, you'll probably beat me. Now, I didn't have any kids yet, you know what I'm saying? So I was still in my prime. It was just, I don't know why I was coming up with these like quick excuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have had these excuses. Like, yeah, you know, if you win is because you know, I'm the king of scrubs and I'm a scrub, blah 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 blah. Because I was actually really good in vanilla, in my opinion. Because I beat a lot of top people. Like back in vanilla, I beat a lot of people who have names. So and I popped a lot of shit. I popped a lot of fucking shit. But so yeah, after we played the match, I ended up saying, you know, you run the PlayStation and I run the Xbox, because I was bodying everybody on the Xbox. Anybody who had a copy of that game and ran across me got their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't on no salty run back shit. It was just, I tried to demolish anybody who, you know, met me on that character select screen. I don't care who it is. You getting fucking bodied. You know what I'm saying? And I think every match after that, when myself and Free1up encountered each other, I ended up becoming the victor. But it was never like a set that was like, yo, you know, we putting it on YouTube and shit. It was never any of that. You know what I mean? So I think we ran into each other once on the PlayStation, and then that wasn't even like a true set. You know what I mean? And I ended up having to leave early. That's on YouTube, but it ain't nothing like serious and shit. Then we met again, like in a random room, and it was a bunch of, I don't think it was a bunch of YouTubers, but it was a few YouTubers and a bunch of fans, and they were both fans of both of us. So when we got in the room, niggas was like, oh shit, it's Free1up and Dayash. What the fuck? We ended up fighting in that room. It came down to like Chip, and I think I lost that. So it's like every time something was on the line, or like, you know, whenever it was like a high profile type of thing, I ended up losing. I ended up dropping to him. But if it was like nobody was watching, there was no planned set, there was no like, you know, I ended up winning, which was fucking ridiculous. It's like telling a story, you know what I'm saying, and it sounds like you lying and shit like that, you know what I mean? So but yeah, so the whole Free1up thing is it's really like the start to how like everybody else came about. You know what I'm saying? Like Lupasan and Swaga and Alvarez and, you know, all these other people and shit like that. This was like the gateway, because I'm sure Free1up fought Darkside Phil before, but it wasn't like a big, you know, nobody really, what's the word? What am I looking for? Nobody, it's not that nobody really cared, it's like nobody really knew that they were fighting each other or they were gonna fight each other, you know what I'm saying? When I came into the scene, I made like announcements like, yo, these niggas is about to play, or yo, I'm about to play this dude, check it out, or, you know what I'm saying? People knew when, you know, I was gonna fight somebody. So like, that's what brought all these other people out the woodwork, you know, and that's when Infiltrate made his channel. That's when DK came and made his channel, and Shin did his channel. There's so many names came out of that, and then there was a lot of people who watched. You know, a lot of people watched those matches and shit. You know, those were highly viewed matches. At least at the time, they were highly viewed matches. Nowhere near what they would be now if we put those shits up. But those matches were fucking crazy with the views. I mean, you gotta look. I had 102 subs. You know, I was happy if I broke 100 views. You know what I mean? So, and at the time, I was getting a lot of views. And when I say a lot, back then, a lot was like 500 views. I was like, oh shit, I got 500 views, yo, I'm coming up in the world, you know what I'm saying? So that was like my start to where people really started watching me, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say they started respecting me, but they started looking at me different, because I went after a top tier dude, you know what I mean, and fought him. I wasn't afraid. I fought him. I uploaded the videos, even though it was either a 5-0 or a 5-2. I still uploaded it, so I still uploaded the loss. It wasn't like, yo, I'm gonna play this nigga, and then, you know what I'm saying, just after I lose, just dip out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. It was, you know, good games, you win, you know. I think I may have said something about the lag and shit like that, but I really didn't want it to come off as an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So, then, you know, Free1up became a big fan of mine. He played a big part in the whole Dayasha, like the birth of Dayasha and the whole YouTube thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he played a big role in that. So I do appreciate him to this day for at least taking the time out to play me. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to play me. I was just some bum on the internet talking shit. You know, some bum and his friend sitting on the couch popping off like, yo, these niggas don't listen to us. They don't respond to the messages. And that's really how it happened, actually. Because I hit him up. I hit him up, and I hit Darkside Phil up. And then Infiltrate hit up Darkside Phil and hit up Free1up. And no response. Like, nobody sent the message back. And this was back when nobody was getting messages or comments like that. You know what I mean? So I even hit him. I think I hit him up on his console, like, yo, what up? You know what I'm saying? And no response. So then we made that video like, yo, we tired of getting ducked. Like, we want people to watch us. We want people to play us. Like, we trying to get better, and it's just a game. And niggas is ducking us and shit like that. And so, you know, now I'm thinking about it, maybe it was sort of disrespectful. Maybe it was sort of disrespectful, but the same way I did this with Free, though, is the same way I was making those videos about Empire Arcadia. This whole YouTube shit, like, really blew up and, like, took me to different places. You know what I'm saying? I still, you know what? I consider Free one of my closest friends, and I still haven't seen him in person. I had never met Free in person. You know, I traveled all over the United States because of this game and still have not met Free1up in person, which is like sort of ridiculous, like, in retrospect, if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, I met Lupasan, I met Alvarez, I met Burn Your Bra, I met Laswaga. Who else? I met TKK in real life. I met most of these people in real life. Like, there's just so many people. And I'm gonna get into the negatives of meeting some of these people in the next episode, but there's a lot of people that I met that was popping off on YouTube but didn't have shit to say when I met them in person, and I'm definitely gonna name them by name when I get to the next episode. The next episode Well, it's not the next episode, it's the episode after next. The next episode is going to be about Empire Arcadia, but the episode following is going to be about, you know, people that I met in person that was popping off on YouTube, popping off in Shoryuken, and popping off on Xbox Live or whatever, and I met them in person, and they wasn't about shit. So, it's crazy that I'm going to do a whole video based on it, but I gotta. And the only reason I say that is because I gotta do this series, and I gotta do it in episodes, and I don't want to just fall off track. So that's why I'm keeping this one Free1up, and I'm doing the other ones. Like the next one is gonna be EMP, which y'all gonna want to watch that one. That one is my total experience with Empire Arcadia back in 2009, 2010, back when I was a part of the team and shit. So my interaction and how it worked out and how I met them and shit, which is, I think it'll be pretty cool. I think you guys will like it. But yeah, man, so Free, if you watching this, man, you know, thanks for taking the time out to play a few scrubs, you know what I'm saying, and some Street Fighter 4, you know, giving us the time of day and shit. It definitely boosted my subs at the time, definitely boosted my views, gave me sort of a name, you know what I'm saying, so I do appreciate that shit, because he definitely did not have to do that shit at all, you know, and, you know, I really do thank him for it, because it did a lot, you know, it kickstarted a lot of my shit, you know what I'm saying, and I fought him before I was even on EMP, and I'm sure they decided to even give me a shot because of fighting him and stuff like that. I don't think if I never fought Free1up, I probably wouldn't have the fan base that I have now, you know what I'm saying, like I'd probably have a decent fan base, but it wouldn't be where I'm at now, you know what I'm saying, just because of the views and shit and how I took the match, you know what I mean, like I didn't have to, I could have not uploaded the video, I could have uploaded the loss or not uploaded the loss and just never said anything. There was no Facebook back then, you know what I'm saying, there probably was a Twitter, but nobody fucking used that shit back then. It wasn't as heavy as it is now, you know what I mean. Well, we had MySpace back then, you know what I'm saying, like we was rocking MySpace, so wasn't nobody following us on social media like that, you know what I mean, so I could have just got away with not uploading the video, you know what I mean, but then again, it would have been on his side, which was pretty awesome too, you know what I'm saying, like we used to watch the matches from each other's perspective, you know what I'm saying, like I participated in the match and I would watch it on your side, you know what I mean, and I miss those days, actually, I really do. You just turn on the camera, you fight, after you done fighting, you watch it, you know what I'm saying, like, and you used to have to click each video individually, like we had to do Free1up versus Dayasha part 1, Free1up versus Dayasha part 2, like Free1up versus Dayasha part 3, and like there was limits, you know what I'm saying, there was limits to this shit, you know what I mean, like you couldn't just be uploading shit, there was restrictions, like you see how I'm uploading a 30-minute video right now. There was restrictions back in the day. There was no such thing as a 30-minute video. You crazy. YouTube would be like, nah, dog, you done. I wasn't editing shit. Like, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just throwing that shit up. You know what I'm saying? But you got to see the raw, unadulterated, like, reactions and shit like that. And I miss that. So I'm definitely getting back into that. The only reason this set is pre-recorded is because I can't talk and tell a story and concentrate at the same time. So in Street Fighter 5, though, I'll be playing ranked matches and sets, and hopefully there'll be new YouTubers and the old YouTubers will come back, you know what I'm saying, and I could do reaction videos to fighting these people, you know what I'm saying, I could edit it all nice, look all high quality and shit like that, you know what I mean. So I really do hope you guys enjoy this series. I'm really just trying to get back into it before 5 comes out. When 5 comes out, we're going to be right back at it like it was 2008, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be right back at it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Free, man, thanks for everything you've done for us. For me, myself, personally, thank you for taking the time out to play me and shit like that, you know what I mean. I definitely respect you. You'll always, you know, I'll always rock with you, you know what I'm saying. I've been a subscriber since day one, you know what I'm saying. Back in 2000 fucking, I want to say 8 or 9, I subscribed to your ass, so I've been a day one, you know what I mean. So thanks for everything, bro. I appreciate the sets from just now, good games, and I'll see you guys in 5, dog. Peace.
Creatures in the street, start to howl and crawl to you. You're just an animal, and your head's up for a damn good price. Well, play your part, 'cause when the sun goes down, all that's left is the night.
Ya